大家好，我是本杰明。这是一个记录我在二语习得论下通过可理解性输入学习英语的频道。如果你也是英语学习者，请点赞订阅我的频道。闲话少叙，接下来我将继续用我蹩脚的英语来复述小妇人的第二部分内容。文案为原创，声音也是如假包换的，这就是我目前最真实的英语水平。Okay, in the last video, I introduced two of the four girls from March family, Meg and Jo. There were two other younger sisters, Beth and Amy. Beth was very shy. She was too shy to go to school, so she learned from her father at first. When father joined the army, she studied by herself. It seemed a bit of lonely, but Beth enjoyed it, for she had a good friend, music. She liked playing the old piano. With the beautiful music, she always lost track of time. So, sometimes she was alone, but not only at all. When the March family's good neighbor, Mr. Lawrence, a very kind-hearted old man, heard about the musical girl and her shyness, he decided to help her. Mr. Lawrence visited the March family. He talked about music and the musicians he knew. Although Beth was too shy to see Mr. Lawrence, but their talk about music was so attractive. She hid behind and listened carefully. Finally, Mr. Lawrence mentioned his piano, telling the girls they were free to play it whenever they pleased. He always stayed in the study, and it didn't matter if no one wanted to come. At this moment, the shyest girl, Beth, came out and held Mr. Lawrence's hand. She said she wanted to come. What a brave girl. Also, to thank Mr. Lawrence, Beth made a pair of slippers for him. Touched by the gift, Mr. Lawrence sent Beth a lovely piano to show his appreciation. It was the very instrument that had once belonged to his late granddaughter. It was a big surprise for Beth. Sisters told her to thank Mr. Lawrence, but everyone knew it was difficult for her to say something kind to others. She was a shy girl, remember? But to everyone's surprise, Beth ran to their neighbor's house without a stop and gave Mr. Lawrence a huge hug. They became good friends. Then let's talk about Amy, the youngest of the sisters. She was clever, spirited, a little bit of diva, and sometimes thought she was the most important person. Once, Mr. Lawrence's grandson, Laurie, also was a girl's friend, invited Meg and Jo to the theater. Amy wanted to go with them, but Jo said no. Amy was angry. She said Jo would be sorry for that. Then Amy burned Jo's notebook, which was her most precious treasure. Jo had worked so hard on those stories, hoping they would be published one day. Jo was mad when she knew it, and she would never ever forgive Amy again. Yes, Amy was wicked sometimes, but she was only 13 years old, just a child. She noticed what a big mistake she had made. She was in big trouble. She begged Joe for her forgiveness, but it was impossible. One day, Joe went skating with Lori. Amy followed them, tried to make amends Amy followed them, tried to make amends and won back Joe's forgiveness. But Joe pretended not to see her. Suddenly, Amy fell into the cold water through the thin ice, only left a blue hat on the water. Joe was shocked and could do nothing. It was Lori who saved Amy from the cold water and sent her back home. Joe felt deeply sorry for her coldness, which had nearly cost her sister her life. Finally, realizing her deep love for Amy, Joe gave her a warm hug and forgave everything. This was Amy's story I read. Also, I want to talk about their mother. She was a great mother. When Meg went to stay with her friends for days, the girls gossiped something about Meg and Lori. They dressed Meg up like a doll and tried to make Meg and Lori fall in love. Meg thought he and Lori were just friends and felt angry about the gossip. When she came back home, she told her family. Joe was angry and wanted to teach them a lesson, but Mother said no. Never repeat wicked gossip. She said she wanted her daughters to be loved and she wanted people to think well of them. She wanted them to marry well, but not to marry rich men just because they were rich. She'd rather they were poor men's wives if that meant they had happy, peaceful lives. What a wonderful mother. What would happen in the story? Would they be rich? Would Joe become a writer? Beth be a musician? Let's find out in the next video. Bye.